I'm Les,
And I'm Ree. This is Not That Kind of Book Club,
a bookish podcast where we read it so you don't have to.
Hey friends, welcome back to Not That Kind of Book Club. So excited. We have Nisha back on the podcast again today to talk all about Not Safe for Work.
So this is your spoiler warning. If you have not read the book, you might not want to listen to all of this because we are going to be diving into a lot of specifics. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Nisha,
All
are you
right.
ready?
I couldn't be more ready.
Woo! Okay, good. Well, you can take away number one if you'd like, and we'll
Number
just
one,
kind of go from there.
Going right into Trishara's arc, it's really, really empowering. How did you strike the balance between her internal growth and the external conflict she faced at WMC, her workplace?
Very carefully. I mean, lots of editing.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be really careful how I portrayed her journey. A lot of it was very personal for me because I did not have that exact journey, but there were pieces of it that I drew on from my own personal experience that sort of helped inform the greater picture. But yeah, I mean, I think it was being really mindful of what needed to be there to drive the story forward without like having one thing overtake another thing. There was a few things where I'm like, this is too much, and I took it out, and and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know, carefully. Lots of
Very,
editing.
very carefully. Well, and I mean, like the workplace sexism that she does deal with is deeply relatable to probably most women who are reading this book. What was the hardest part about writing those scenes, especially knowing how common they are and the fact that you did draw on a little bit of your own personal life for inspiration in it?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, like I've had a lot of distance from that life. Like it was a long time ago, so it wasn't like super raw or anything. But I mean, I like pain, so I don't know. I think like it's important to be real, and it's actually kind of shocking. I mean, it's not shocking, but it's like how many people have said to me, this just read exactly like the experience I had in the corporate world too. And I'm like, God, it's like are all of us just out there dealing with this? Like it's crazy. Um, that I almost didn't realize it was going to represent so many people at the time when I was writing it. Like I kind of felt like it was personal, but I mean, obviously I knew other people had experienced it, but I guess I didn't even realize the extent of how much it would resonate with people on that front, and which is disturbing and sad and unfortunate that that is the case. I mean, but luckily, I mean, I have heard a lot, yeah, people saying I really felt like I saw myself there, and like it was just like nice to be able to experience that and then see her get her like happy ending
Redemption and
and
happy
get tell
ending.
everyone to fuck off, and the thing that we
Yeah.
all want to do in the end.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy to think that like we're in 2025 and that is still happening. And sometimes I think like things are starting to kind of regress and get a little bit worse again, and it's just insane that that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, that there's still all
Yeah.
these boys clubs that we're trying to, get into or dismantle,
Yeah.
essentially.
Or the like and it's not common terminology, but we're going back to the whole that's a man's job or
Ugh,
that's a blue job.
Pink and blue jobs.
Yeah, if I hear that, I get
Yeah.
so angry. Like,
No. Does not exist in my house.
no.
But kind of going along the same lines here, do you think that fiction stories such as this can help push conversations about systemic inequality in a meaningful way?
I mean, I'd like to think so,
Well, we're doing it
but
right now, essentially.
yeah, I would like to think so. I mean, I think, a lot of people can scoff at fiction and say you can't learn anything, it's not important, but we all know that's not true, that they can be jumping off points for wider conversations, and they're about bigger things, not just people kissing, even if we love those parts. But um, yeah, I don't know. I do think the world is just going backwards. So I don't know. I don't know what the future looks
Right?
like.
I feel that way too. Like we're regressing back because like we've made so much progress when you look at like history of where they were at in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and like we never really hit 100% where we're all like there's no full equality between one and the other, but it's regressing.
Yes,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Okay, so you did note in the beginning of the book, but also while you're talking to us here, that some of the story was inspired by your own experiences. Was there a particular moment or a particular line in this book that felt the most personal to you? If you want to share, you also don't have to.
Actually, it's the very ending when she writes the letter. I had it wasn't even actually when I was an engineer anymore, but in my previous work, in a previous work environment, I kind of got to a point where I didn't exactly write a letter like that, but I was pretty close to it. So there was definitely something very personal there. I mean, some of the like more lighthearted, like the part at the very beginning where he asks her on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate me? Like that was a real conversation that I had with somebody.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
really?
With a coworker.
With a coworker, and we would like me and the other women in the office, we would always joke around and we would be like, "Can you believe these conversations we have?" We're like, we gotta we gotta write a book about this one day.
Yeah.
And then I did. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna finally write it. We were gonna call it Conversations with a Seven.
Oh my
Was the
gosh.
other unofficial title, yeah.
I actually kind of love that too. I mean, there you go. That's the sequel.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I love that. And I mean, like I don't love that that happened, but I, as I pull the book, I find that like one of my favorite moments too is I was telling Ree this right before, where right in the beginning, she is talking about Rafe, and it's the whole fine. Rafe Gallagher is a fucking 11 out of 10. And then it ends with the, oh my God. It's like, with you, I'm always a million out of 10. And I was like,
It's a cute way to kind of
Oh,
like
I
come full
know.
circle with it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
like, I know, I wrote it. Of course it's
Isn't
cute.
it almost like no, I didn't actually originally plan it that way. It just worked out that way.
exactly. And you know what? I just kind of loved it because we started off with the rating system
Yeah.
and we ended off with the rating system in a way.
A different kind of rating
Yeah,
system.
where it's like we changed the perspective of the rating
Yeah.
system. So,
Yeah.
um, so I'm gonna, as I move my question list, because of course I can't memorize anything.
No.
Rafe clearly has depth beyond the slow burn tension. What do you think readers often misunderstand about him early on in the book, and what they kind of make the assumption of?
I mean, I think it's the same thing that Tris assumes about him, that he's just like some privileged white guy, which he is. I mean, and he very acknowledges it, but that he's like unaware of that. And to me, this was one of the hardest parts about writing this book, is because she faces a lot of sexism and some racism that like the controversy between the two of like it could never come from him, right? Because that's not a redeemable quality. Like there's no going
No.
back for if that was the guy he is, like he can't be fixed, and I can never root for that guy. So that was something I was really like careful about, that never came from him, that he was like doing the things that men should be doing when they hear this stuff in their workplaces, when they are in a position of privilege, that he was doing the things he could, but still trapped within a system where you can only ever do so much, because the system is working against you at every turn. So yeah, I mean, I think the same assumptions that she makes are the same ones that I don't know if the reader makes originally at the beginning, but I mean, although also think because you are looking at it as the reader, you realize he's probably been in love with her the entire time, which, is
Yeah.
obviously my favorite kind of trope, but
Yeah, and I mean, like, he felt like he was protecting her from kind of the very beginning.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she even says that, where she's like, I should be mad at him for trying to like white knight this, but like he thought he was doing the right thing, and he's also working against a system that you only have so much control over.
Yeah.
And he was,
Well,
yeah, that he was trying to protect her the whole time.
well, and I
But
think
yeah, that
too,
was something I was like wanted to be very careful about, that
for sure. And I think
this.
even with, sorry, I interrupt. My
Go ahead.
ADHD is so
Go ahead.
terrible. No, you go for it.
No, that's fine. I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
Yeah, that's
All
okay.
good.
See, that's I
All
think the
good.
reason why I interrupt, because I'm like, I must get this thought out right now before I completely
Before it's
forget.
gone.
But I even think with Rafe, like, he's kind of stuck in the cycle of that whole privilege where this is my son, he's going to take over, he is going to do this, his son is going to take over. And it's like this planned hierarchy of how it's going to go when he doesn't want that. And
Yeah.
just like kind of never knew how to say he didn't want that, and kind of got that encouragement from how she dealt with things, or she like just even being around her. And I don't know, I love that,
Yeah.
like that growth too, where it's like, you know what, you can stand up for yourself. You can say that I'm not doing this. Like, it's not what I want.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So then, obviously, like the chemistry between Triss and Rafe has been there the entire time. How did you approach building the tension without rushing it too quickly? Because right off the hop, you can feel all the tension between them.
I think it's a lot of walking it forward and then pulling it back, right? Like
Okay.
there's a few moments where they're like getting somewhere and then something happens and it throws them off again. And sure, I could let them get there sooner, but where would be the fun in that? Like
Honestly.
they had to work through their stuff, and because they're each carrying different kinds of baggage, and that kind of really has nothing to do with each other, but converges in the same way because their lives are sort of entwined because they, when you're at the office, you end up spending just as many hours with the people you work with as you do your friends and family. So they can't help but sort of be connected in that way. But yeah, I think it was just making sure they were always, riffing off each other, the banter, always like they're always like giving back to each other, whether it was like,
Yeah. When I felt
yeah,
too, like there was this, it was like a slow burn till not the very end, but like
Pretty close.
it did take a while. And then you're like, yay, they're together. And then you're like, oh no, there's our conflict point. There's the resolution. And like realistically, like once that conflict point hit and you're seeing it, it's not even one of those books where it's, oh my God, it's a complete misunderstanding. Both of them are going their separate ways because they both interpreted it wrong. It was kind of out of Rafe's
no.
control.
No, it wasn't really between them. It was
Yeah,
more external factors that had to be
exactly.
resolved before they could
Exactly. And like
really be with each other. Yeah.
I actually think I like that better than the whole, oh my God, like I caught you in blah, blah, blah. And like, this is how I see it. And this is how she sees it. And it's just this whole, as a reader, you're like, oh my God, you guys are looking at this backwards. And it's like, yeah, I liked the
Yeah.
fact
I
that
mean,
it
you have to be
was,
careful with the miscommunication trope if you're going to do that. But
yes,
although it's funny to me when people have labeled this book a miscommunication a couple of times, and I'm like, them not being able to convey their feelings yet is not a miscommunication. That's
yeah,
just them not being there yet. That is not a
yeah,
like
Yeah,
you
that's a slow
purposely,
burn.
yeah, like you purposely saying I'm not ready yet is not a miscommunication. And like that's how human beings are. We're like terrified to share our feelings, right? Like
yeah,
that's and even like, yeah, like when I wrote Artifacts, when you get to the fourth book, the relationship, the strife between the two of them never is because of them, right? Like it's never because of they are solid. It's all external factors that are keeping them apart at that point. And that, like, to me, that's probably always how I would write it. I don't think I would ever be like blaming each other because I don't know. It just, to me, that
yeah.
doesn't
It's like,
doesn't make for a solid future.
yeah. Have you ever read, what is it? Oh gosh, why can't I remember the author? It'll come back to me. But did you read Room Hate?
I don't even know what that is.
Maybe I'll send you it
Roommate?
on Goodreads or on Instagram. But it was a book. I think it was Penelope Ward actually,
Okay.
but I may be wrong. But it was one of those books that I found. It was the like right place, wrong time, twice in a row because it was almost well, it was written in three parts. So part one, it's more so his side that it's not the right time, and then second time it's more her side that it's not the right time, and then kind of in the end, like you see things kind of resolve and work out. And it's one of those stories that initially I didn't read because it had a human on it, and sometimes I cannot read books with like
Humans on the cover.
yeah. And this was a weird one. I just wasn't sure. And then I said, no, I'll read it anyways. And I'm so glad I read it. It was a really, really good book. But I'm just making kind of that reference of like, it is like the right time, maybe the wrong moment, but things like that are nice to read sometimes too.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you had to write a bonus chapter from Rafe's perspective, of course, besides the wedding night, which scene would you choose and why?
I actually do have another one written that is an extended version. You know when they're you know when they come back from the dessert buffet and they're like talking about their fantasies and he's like, I want you to crawl to me. And yeah, I actually have that
Yes.
written because it was actually a bonus chapter for people who pre-ordered.
Nice.
So eventually I will share that with everybody. But
Yeah.
Woo!
Or the
yeah.
fantasy where it's like, throw me over your shoulder and take me to your stone
Yeah, I know
lair
that
and
one
have
could
your
be.
way with me. Oh my God, I love
That's
it.
where the fantasy started, the fantasy author came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
came
reading
out to
that and I
play.
was like, I found it. I found it. So kind of following that, would you ever consider or have you ever thought about writing kind of a sequel and maybe even focused on one of the side characters, like a redemption arc for Hannah, or kind of exploring something with Molly, or even giving us the Lan and Gabrielle, or Gabrielle? Yeah. Sorry, sometimes
No,
I
no,
know.
I don't want to write Hannah's story. She doesn't
Nope,
interest me.
that's fair.
And
That's fair.
no, my next I do have two more rom-coms coming, and then they're all going to be their own
Like
books.
standalones.
Yeah, they're all going to be their
Yeah.
own books. Yeah, they all.
Amazing.
The next one's actually set in Churchill in Manitoba, at a polar bear lodge, which I'm currently
What?
editing. Yes, who? No one has ever written a romance set in Churchill. I am sure of
No.
it.
No,
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
that
I'm so
so
excited
much.
for this.
Yeah, because I worked for Churchill, Manitoba for years. So like I went up to Churchill many times and it is just like one of the most magical places you can ever go. If you've never been, I highly recommend it.
I have
And
not been. It's on my
I was gonna
list.
say, Nisha,
it's amazing.
take me to
Yeah,
Churchill somehow. I've
Oh
it's
my God.
done
amazing.
so
And I
much
was like,
research on it.
I got to write a book set up there. So she's like a travel influencer and photographer who's this is the connecting theme is that there's travel and the FMC is like having a career crisis. So like she's struggling. She needs to get like the money shot on this trip, and he's the grumpy lodge owner who doesn't want her there, and she
Oh,
doesn't know
yes.
why. And
Oh, yep.
they
Yep.
end up having to share the family wing and a bathroom, and you know how these things go.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm excited.
I can't wait to read
yeah,
it though.
so
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, like I think with the romantasy, I'm always writing a lot of series. It can get like it's hard to write a series sometimes because I'm a pantser. I don't plot, so like sometimes trying to keep track of everything is a lot. So the rom-coms are sort of like a rest for me in that it's just a standalone book. It's done. I can do like a little nod to a past book. Like if you caught the Easter egg in Not Safe for Work from Rule of the Aurora King, a lot of people caught that. Some people, and I probably would do that in the future. But yeah, they're mostly going to be all standalones,
I love
unless
it.
I can add a character that feels right for
Mm-hmm.
another story. But there
Yeah.
wasn't anybody in Not Safe for
Or
Work
it's like
that felt,
a long lost sister appears.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
yes,
mean, she
the
didn't really have a
relationship.
sibling to write about, and
Yeah.
like doing Molly, like my brand will always be writing brown girls, so like doing her white friend does not fit in with that. So
Yeah, no, that's totally valid. I think that like writing books with characters that you can kind of relate to is
Mm-hmm.
important. And I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean, you're able to take your own personal experiences, and like my personal experiences might be different or yours
Mm-hmm.
might be different, and being able to kind of add that in. I don't know if that's the right way to
Well,
word that.
even in the case of this book, I obviously can't relate to Trishara from a cultural or heritage background, but as a female in a male-dominated workplace, I
Yeah.
can definitely relate to her in that way.
Yeah, no,
right, but
100%.
Trying to
I
break,
don't think you need to relate to it, right? You're every
not
time
that I
you read a
want to.
book, yeah, but every time you read a book, you can't resonate with every single experience that that character is
No,
having. The
exactly.
point is you're reading a book about other people's experiences and expanding your horizons and like, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you
Yeah.
haven't actually experienced that. That's right. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, this is the problem with a lot of publishing in general. Like, I mean, I write it
Hmm.
because it's representation, because the romance genre is incredibly white.
Yes.
Yes.
And then people will say things like, I can't relate because it's not a white, like, right? Like, why not? You can relate to a green 7 foot tall blue alien, but you can't
Yeah.
relate because
You
she
can,
has brown skin. Like,
yeah,
what
you
the
can
hell is
relate to the
that? Like,
barbarian.
Yeah.
right. So it's very much like you don't have to have experienced it. Like, that's
Yeah.
not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right in representation, right? And we're starting to see more even like heavier girls and the representation there, which hasn't always been there. I mean, when you look at a lot of past reading, girls are portrayed as this skinny, blonde, blue-eyed girl. That's not the case. Like we are all different,
Yeah.
right? And I'm really loving the representation you're starting to see now, which like widespread, no, wide range of representation in different types, right? If that makes sense. I feel like my wording is so bad today.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
But to switch gears just a little bit, it's still about the book, I promise. These ones are just kind of more fun questions. If you had to create a soundtrack, what so this is three-parters. If you had to add a song that just kind of represented the book overall, what would you think of?
Well, it
This is
actually gets
for you
mentioned in the
too.
book. It's Exile by Taylor Swift.
There you
That was
go.
my 2020 comfort song. I have listened to it 11 billion times.
Yep.
And I was listening to it when I wrote that book a
Yep. I
lot.
love that. I wrote this question down and I was like, "Hey, Ree, you've got to find me an answer too." And I'm not gonna lie, I said "Just a Girl" by No Doubt as well
Ooh,
because I was like, that could be a banger. Like,
yeah, that's a
it's a
good
good
one.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have one or you skipped
Uh,
this one?
You Don't Own Me, Leslie Gore. We've talked about this song before.
We have.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
That's
That's
a
a
know
good
that
good
one.
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 Oh, it's an
What?
old
Oh,
like
yes, you
60s
do.
song. You
Oh,
don't
okay, I'll
own
have to listen.
me.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, okay, no, I do know
you
that.
do.
You're
You
right.
know what it
I
I
is.
do
just
know
had
that.
to serenade you a
Yeah,
little bit.
I
no,
just
it's
needed a little
a little
line there.
reminder. How
Very good.
about for like Triss, her personal journey, and it could also be the exact same song, but like if you had to pick one that's not Exile, what would you say for her journey itself?
Well, keeping in the vein of Taylor Swift is
Yes.
Who's Afraid of Little Me probably
Oh,
would be
I
the
love
right song
that.
for
Oh,
her.
yep.
Oh my
That's a money
God.
song. Don't even mention our choices because
Well, yeah, that is
that's
a money
amazing.
song.
Yep.
I mean, do you want to know what our choice was?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I
It
do
was our
want to know.
joint choice.
Yep.
It was Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. So it's the
Oh,
Stronger,
nice.
what doesn't kill you makes you
Nice.
stronger. I like
I
it.
like it.
I like it. Okay.
I like it.
And our last one that I have on here is Rafe's big realization moment.
A song for that?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was a hard one.
right? Like that
I don't
moment
know.
when he
You guys
was
have
like,
one?
I
Mm-hmm.
do, but I don't know like what you're gonna think about it. But I put down It's My Life by Bon Jovi
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
because it's
Oh my
like
God. I love that song.
I'm making that decision right now for me and I'm
It's
gonna
my
do what I
life.
want to do. Yeah, it's my life. It's now or
I
never.
like that. All right, that's now officially my answer for whoever asks me that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually so bad at like when people have all these playlists, I'm like, I could never,
Couldn't
I
do it.
don't know. I'm
No.
not that clever when it
Just
comes
go
to
listen to
music.
Taylor Swift. It's fine. It'll
Yeah,
match
just
up.
listen to Taylor Swift. I'm sure there's a song that
You
applies
know
in
what?
every situation.
Exactly. And like all of the albums like can fit somewhere. Like I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yeah,
I can find songs.
Oh yeah.
there's definitely
Um,
one that fits.
yes, I know that I've actually asked you this question for Trial of the Sun Queen. But if Not Safe for Work was adapted to the screen, who would you cast?
Oh, I'm so bad at this too.
Yeah, don't worry, we
I
also
want I want
have ideas.
I want Ben Barnes
I
for Rafe.
didn't think
No.
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. What about
And then
Tris?
maybe what's her name? Ashley Simone
Hey,
from
I
Bridgerton.
yes,
I think that's her name,
Oh, I
right?
like that.
I
That's way better than our
do.
choices.
No, yeah, yeah.
Like on par.
Yeah.
On par.
Par,
I
at
had
least on par.
for Tris, Frida Pinto from Slumdog Millionaire, and then Miles Teller
Oh.
for Rafe.
I love
Yeah, I don't know who Miles Teller is. I'm looking him up.
See,
Yep.
but you know what? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, okay,
I
those
also
both
put
work.
Miles Teller because like the big muscles, all of that. Because when you
He's
watch,
just dreamy.
when you watched Maverick, like the second Maverick movie,
Top Gun, yeah.
Top Gun,
There we go.
but it's Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
I got this. Yeah, like you watch that football scene or the like beach football, and you're like, damn. I
Yeah,
also put.
those are both good choices.
Yeah, so okay. I put Naomi Scott from the live
Yes.
action Aladdin.
Yeah, she's beautiful too.
She's
Yeah.
beautiful. And then when you said Ashley Simone, I was like, hey, but I put down Hannah Simone, who was in New Girl.
Do I know what she looks like? She's
Mhm.
Canadian too.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, she would be great too. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
I
one
loved
day.
it. Who knows?
Hey.
I always think these questions are just fun
Yeah.
because I don't know. I love it.
Why not?
So to kind of finish this off, this might be a harder question, but if you had to pick a line or something to quote in this book, what would you pick? It's tough.
That's a tough one. This
I can tell
book's
you
too.
what I did.
Yeah, tell me what you did.
Okay,
was?
so the one that I put was there's nothing unmissable about you. That's all I meant, that there
Oh, that's a
isn't
good one.
anywhere you could go where everyone wouldn't notice you.
That's a
I
good one.
personally would love to have Miles Teller saying that to me.
Say that
Yeah.
to you.
And his sweet voice with those eyes just bearing into my soul.
Just-
Ugh.
Yeah,
I hope my
or
partner's not listening right now.
Oh,
It's okay. Book boyfriends are different.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, the Tris, can I see you in my office?
Ooh.
Of course, Mr. Gallagher.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Miles. Anytime.
No, I love it. Do you have any point in the book that kind of stood out for you?
So I loved, and I don't know if this was a personal experience thing for you, when they crashed the wedding.
Oh my God, yes.
That was so awesome and just something I wasn't expecting. Have you ever crashed a wedding, Nisha?
Not like that. No, not
But
to that
whoa.
extent.
You're saying not like that, but you have.
Well, not to that. I don't know. Have I ever crashed a wedding? I don't know. Not to that extent where you're like actually joining the wedding.
Yeah, I love the part too where the like bride goes up and she's like, "Excuse me, do I know you?" And she's like, "Stacy, don't you
don't
remind-"
recognize. She's like, my name's Michelle. My name's Michelle. Security, what are you doing?
And Rafe's just like, "You called her Stacy."
Well, that's what
It
made
was-
it funnier.
Exactly. I was
Oh,
like,
it was
"That's
so
good.
good.
You blew the cover."
Yep. That was
Okay,
amazing.
I have my line.
Oh,
that
yes.
It would either be "I'll follow you anywhere, Tris," but also one of my favorites was when he says to her, "Your ass is so hot, fucking hot in that skirt. I'm gonna fall." And I was remember writing that, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just read that." That I want to fall to my knees and
Yeah.
worship it.
Or the text when they're in their session and he's like, "Cross your
Oh yeah,
legs
that
the
one
other
was
way
fun
for
too.
me."
Ooh.
I don't
That
know.
scene with them in where they're doing the three questions about each other was, I think, my favorite one.
Oh my
too.
gosh, yes.
Yep.
Or it's funny too how the like find your match and they were salt and pepper and you're like, there are just so many things that are like trying to pull them together
Yep.
here.
They're supposed to be.
I know, where they were
Yes.
helpless against the forces of the universe. Like,
Yeah,
what could
like
they
they
possibly
were
do?
Yeah, they were just consistently
Hold.
pulled together.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
meant to be. Goodbye,
love
Hannah. We don't need
Goodbye,
you, Hannah.
Hannah.
No.
Hannah, stop calling.
Stop.
I will
Hannah,
block you.
Get a grip. Get a
Yeah,
grip.
why didn't he block her like eons
Because he
ago?
felt bad.
I
Because he
know.
felt bad. He was
But-
like, didn't want to blow up the family thing, and
Yeah.
he felt
Yeah.
bad. He's a nice guy.
But still,
He's a
Hannah,
nice guy.
go
I know.
away.
Yeah. Oh man. But wrapping things up, thank you so much, Nisha, for coming on and talking about your book, Not Safe for Work. It was fantastic. I think our readers enjoyed it. I'm super looking forward to your next book based in Churchill, Manitoba.
I'm
be
pumped.
looking out for that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, that'll be next. I think July is the current
Okay.
what they have right now. But yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna add
They
to.
said, have we ever had a cover with a polar bear on it? And I'm like, I think it's time.
I love
Heck
that.
yeah, it's time.
I mean, the one thing I want to kind of share before we end off, I have no idea how I did it, but I was reading the book while listening to the audio and like skipping through. So I'm like listening to the first part of the chapter. I get to about the halfway point of audio and I've already finished the actual chapter. So then I'm like, okay, Alexa, please play chapter 20. And then I finish chapter 20 and it's like, Alexa, pause. Please play chapter 21. And I'm like, Ben's sitting beside me and he's like, you didn't even finish the chapter. I was like, yes, I did. I read it.
I did on the words.
I read the words. But yeah.
Eyeball reading instead of ear reading.
Yeah, exactly. But we are so lucky to have been able to arrange it. You're on our podcast. We got to talk about your amazing book. We are so excited to see what's coming next, especially the Churchill book.
Lots of things are coming next.
Oh my God.
Next few years are all set.
You have it all planned.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, you sign
You have
contracts
to.
for books like well into the future. So yeah,
So then here's my last question for you. Do you have any future fantasy or romantasy books coming?
I do, yeah. I just accepted an offer for another trilogy, a romantasy trilogy. And that will be the first book will come in 2027, which I know seems far away, but it's actually not.
Almost 2026
yeah, it's
anyways.
Don't say these things.
And it will be I'm comping it The Hurricane Wars meets The Handmaid's Tale, because there's a little bit of a like dystopian vibe to it, but not like breeding kink. It's sort of like they're mad. But it's the main character, it's enemies to lovers, second chance. They betrayed each other. They're now like separated. Her only goal is to like get back and make him pay for the way he betrayed her. They have to fuck her, they'll die, because they're also fated mates. I've had so much fun with it. I think like I had to write like the first few chapters for the publisher because it was my option book. Like when you sign a contract, they like get to look at the next thing you write. So I wrote like 40 pages of it or something, and I feel like it's my best writing so far. My friend, she was like, "How do you keep getting better?" And it's like, "Stop it."
You're like, "Thank you so much."
Okay, stop it. But yes, so that will be so there will be the dystopian YA, there will be 2 books, there will be 2 more rom-coms coming, and then there will be 3 books coming in the romance series for sure. And then who knows what else in the next, but for sure all of those things.
So excited.
I am so excited.
Me too.
7 books on the line here. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to say goodbye to you.
I know.
I just want to
keep talking all day.
I just want to talk about all
we can
these
do this
books.
again next year.
We're going to have to do this again next year.
We're going to be diving into the Churchill book.
Yes, with maybe a trip to Churchill to go see the polar bears.
Let's do the podcast in Churchill.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Amazing. We'll see you there then.
With the polar bears. Could you imagine?
We're gonna have to do a book launch. I need to go to my publisher and be like, we need to do a book launch in Churchill, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're coming.
I don't know if there's enough people up there to make a book launch.
And you know, these 2 girls, Les and Rhea, are gonna come with me.
Like,
So you know,
they're gonna podcast.
I don't know if anyone else is coming.
At least there's
it's kind of
2
hard to get
people.
there. It's kind of hard to get there. So.
It's long train ride.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a quick flight, but
Oh, that's true too. I feel like you have
to come here, but you have to get here first. So it's not
That
not
we can
easy.
do.
Part of its magic is that it's hard to get to because you cannot drive up there. There are no roads, and part of the magic is the fact that you are truly in the middle of nowhere because it's like not even easy to get to.
Yeah, it keeps it kind of special too.
Yeah, it does. It keeps it special. I mean, there's only like 800 town residents and 1,000 polar bears, right? Like they outnumber the town residents.
Churchill's a town. It's not.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A little town.
I actually got into an argument with my one friend about this because we're talking about, okay, but like where do the polar bears come from? Like in Manitoba? Like how do they get there? And she's like, well, the Hudson Bay. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like you are smoking something.
She's right.
I know.
She's right.
She pulled up the map and she's like, look, Hudson Bay. I was like, I didn't realize it was that big. I thought it was just Quebec.
Well, and
Ontario.
it's unique because it's so accessible. Like polar bear, when you go north and north, like it's much harder to get to. It's the most accessible polar bear population in the world, which is part of what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna go further north, I mean, who knows what you can see in a Cowlitz.
Yeah, and you can go like on what they call like almost a safari where you literally walk, and this is where the book is based. It's in a lodge, like very loosely based on a real life place that exists. Um, you actually go and you walk around all day and you get like crazy close to polar bears that, you know, is
Wow.
that are the world's most deadly land predator. Like people
Mm-hmm.
don't understand how dangerous they actually are, but
Yeah.
you go with a bear guide. I mean, they know what they're doing. Like it's a whole operation.
Yeah.
It is one of the coolest things you'll ever do. It is just incredible.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, the biggest fact that I can remember about polar bears, and I remember hearing it and I was like, no, you guys, like you're making this up. That's false news. But polar bears aren't actually white. They have those like tubular
Yeah.
like it's like their
Hair
fur.
follicles, yeah.
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 And I'm like, no, like you guys are so out to lunch. But then no, they are, and it's like a
They are
reflection.
fascinating creatures and their whole environment is so fascinating. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go polar bears. Let's save the polar
Yeah.
bears. They're beautiful and I think they're very pretty, but it would eat me.
Yeah. Oh man. Again, thank you so much, Nisha, for coming on. We're looking forward to talking to you again next year. And for anybody who has got this far and hasn't read the book, go get Not Safe for Work.
Yes, McNally Robinson has a copy.
Thank you again, Nisha, for coming on. It was so
Thank
great
you.
to chat with you and have you here, and we'll catch you next time.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
See you
Amazing.
later.
See you.
Bye.
Okay. Guys, that was Nisha. I absolutely love talking to Nisha. That's my second time talking to her virtually, actually, and I have
Yep.
gotten to meet her in real life. So, guys,
Heck yeah.
Nisha's the best. Make sure you guys go follow her on Instagram and check out her books if you haven't already. Not Safe for Work is the newest one, but make sure you guys check out the Trial of a Sun Queen. That entire series is really, really good. So, Ree, do you
Yeah.
want to announce our next book club pick?
Yes, next month we are reading
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune.
Guys, she's another Canadian author, and we're so excited to kind of dive into that one. I do have a feeling we're not going to be talking about this one till closer to the end of the summer.
Yep.
We have so many guests coming up in the next couple of episodes. I'm really excited. I think Ree's really
I'm
excited.
very excited.
We don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say much more than that, but you're going to want to tune in for it. It's going to be wicked.
So go get your copy of One Golden Summer, and we will see you guys here next time talking all things book. I'm Ree.
I'm Les, and we will see you next time.